Something has shifted. There is a mood out there right now, a kind of quiet despair. Like a lot of people are walking around with this low-grade feeling that things aren't going to get any better, that somehow this window is closing, and that maybe the old path to wealth, it just doesn't work anymore. People are losing hope.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go!
So when I heard Graham Stephan was selling his portfolio, I knew that I had to address the question, is real estate still worth buying in 2026? And I don't take that question lightly because I've got my own huge portfolio. And I know it's not really about real estate. This is about whether that's even a real path to move forward with. So in this video, what I want to do is I want to give you three things. The real reason that people are panicking right now, the single strategy that separates lasting wealth from regret, and what I want to say directly to those of you who are just getting started. Stick around. Like all my videos, there is a free infographic in the link below that you can grab that will take all of this information and drop it into a sweet graphic that you can print out, paste up, check out on your phone, and remember the critical information for getting your path to wealth figured out. Now, let me be honest. This market is harder than it's been in a while. And I've been buying in what I believe are the best markets in the country. And even there, we've had to get super creative. Like Florida right now, builders are so motivated to move inventory that we're negotiating $10,000 credits off of new builds and new construction that we get in the bank. We're using strategies like lease options to generate strong monthly cash flow. Like on an entry-level home, making $1,000 a month is what it ends up netting out as, every 2 years. So I will tell you that it's still possible to make money, but I'm not going to pretend that it's 2020 either. Now, should you avoid real estate altogether? Let me share my thoughts. I have a lot of respect for Graham Stephan and empathy for what he went through. His problem isn't real estate though. His problem is California. I would have told him that years ago. Even while the market was up, California sucks for investing. I don't own homes there. I've only ever bought one. I regret it. I wish I hadn't. I lost money on it. California is a blue state. It's not landlord friendly, and everything costs 4 times more than what it should. And that's exactly why I've only ever bought one home there and I'll never do it again. So do I think it was smart for Graham to sell his California properties? 1,000%. But what's concerning me is that there's a lot of people that are going to see a successful real estate investor walking away, and here's what they're thinking. Maybe real estate doesn't work anymore. Maybe I should sell and get out. My answer, don't, or at least avoid it if at all possible. I've got a close friend who made this mistake in 2008. The market crashed, home values dropped, so he sold his home. Not because he lost his job, not because he couldn't make his payments. He sold because the fear of losing more equity freaked him out. And it was definitely one of the worst financial decisions I ever watched someone make. Because within a few years, everyone that held onto their real estate saw every dollar lost come back. Everybody knows the rule. Buy low, sell high. Investors say it over and over again, and yet consumers do it inverted. You don't dump your crypto when the market crashes, and you don't sell your stocks when you're at the bottom. You hold. In real estate, it's the exact same game. And right now, we're in a bit of a low. It's not 2008. There's no collapse. There's no bubble burst, but appreciation has slowed, even though we're still at market highs, and some markets have even softened a little bit here and there. So if your investment only works when the market is up, it's fragile, and fragile things eventually break, because I already know that what comes up must come down, and that's true for markets too. My whole approach to real estate is actually built around handling the ups and downs instead of picking a strategy that can't handle it. So you see, what I do is I buy below the median home price. I buy in markets that are strong, business friendly, landlord friendly, not California. And I don't do multifamily. I don't do commercial. I specialize in entry-level single family homes. And here's the thing that I keep coming back to. Even when the market is low, people still need a place to live. And that demand doesn't disappear just because depreciation slows. The need for housing is not optional. So my answer to the title of this video, is real estate still worth investing in 2026, is yes, but you've got to think countercyclically to really understand this play. The masses, they sell at the bottom. The wealthy hold and sometimes buy more. Don't be the person who sells at exactly the wrong moment because you got scared. Giving into fear will always cost you more than money. Now, to those of you that are just getting started, I want to speak directly to you for a second. Don't let any of this discourage you. Flip your perspective. When the chips are down is historically when the next generation of millionaires enters the game. The 2008 crash didn't just destroy wealth, it forged some of the most resilient business investments for the last 2 decades. I helped my investors clear $100 million right after that crash. People basically who learn how to build in hard markets, they're the ones who are poised to be market leaders and make a killing when things actually start climbing in the right direction again. So if you're ready to show up big, come mentor with me. There's a link in the description to get my real estate guide for 2026. It is free. You can download it. It comes with my entire wealth blueprint and strategy that is crushing it in this economy. Call me, mentor with me, and let me help you win in the game of real estate.